Hey everyone, Scott here, and it's time for another episode of Let's Play Pokémon TCG Online. My water deck is prepped and ready to go, so let's go ahead and find our next online opponent. And our opponent is Angel Heavy. Alright, and from the looks of it, Cubchoo is the only basic Pokemon in my hand, so it will get played automatically. The prize cards are set. So let the battle begin! Yes, Tails, I get the first move. Alright, and let's check out the situation. In my hand, I've got Beartick, Croconaw, Feraligatr, Blastoise, Hippopotas, and 2 water energies. On the field, we are facing a Growlithe, a Cyndaquil, and another Cyndaquil. Alright, so first thing I will do is play Hippopotas onto my bench, and I will equip a water energy to my Cubchoo. Now we're going to attack with Sniffle. And what Sniffle does is double my belt attack's base damage on the very next turn, from 20 to 40. She's playing Bill to draw 2 more cards. And Pokemon Communication. She takes a Pokemon from her hand, adds it to her deck, in order to bring a Pokemon from her deck to her hand. There goes a Flareon. And no doubt she will either take an Arcanine or a Quilava. And Arcanine, there we go. But she can't evolve her Pokemon on the first turn, so that's a good sign for us. Alright, and I just picked up an Eevee, so I'm going to play Eevee onto my bench, and I'm going to equip Water Energy to Cubchoo, and I'm also going to evolve my Cubchoo into Beartick. Alright, and my Beartick has 120 HP and 2 attacks. Daunt, which does 40 damage and reduces the defending Pokemon's damage by 20 during the next turn, and Ambush, which does 60 damage with a possible 30 more damage if I get heads. So we're going to attack with Daunt. It's super effective! It's a one-hit knockout! And I get my first prize card. Let's take this one. It's a potion. That will definitely come in handy later on. And here comes a Cyndaquil. She's playing an Eevee. And interviewer's questions. She gets to look at the next 8 cards in her deck and take any energies into her hand. She only has 1 energy within the next 8 cards, and it's a fire energy. So she gets that. And she's equipping it to her Eevee. And my turn now. I just picked up an Oshawott, so let me play Oshawott. And I'm going to attack with Daunt. Another one-hit knockout. And I'll take this one. Professor Oak's new theory. Now, fortunately for us, she can't play her Arcanine just yet. Because I managed to knock out her Growlithe. Now, while we're waiting for her to make a move, some of you may be wondering why I've got a Hippopotas in my water deck. And it looks like she just played Eevee, and now she's playing a Magby, and evolving her Eevee into a Flareon. Flame Tail for 30 damage. Alright, and I just picked up a Fighting Energy. Like I was saying before, some of you might be wondering why I've got a Hippopotas in my water deck. The reason why is for resistance. Most of my water deck is weak against electric-type moves. Hippopotas has a resistance of -20 to electric-type moves. So I always look to Hippopotas to get me out of a tricky situation if I'm up against an electric deck. In the meantime, we're going to... let's see here. Alright, we're going to equip this Fighting Energy to my Beartick, so I can use Ambush. I'm also going to use a potion to heal 30 HP. And we're going to play Professor Oak's New Theory to get a brand new hand of 6 cards. And I've got a Squirtle, a Horsey, a Duwat, Professor Elm's Training Method, and 2 Water Energies. So let's go ahead and attack with Ambush. Alright, we got Tails, but that's okay. That's still more than enough damage to knock out Flareon. Another prize card. And this time it's a Totodile. And I just had Croconon for Alligator in my hand before I played Professor Oak. She's evolving her Cyndaquil into Quilava, and she's using Magby's Play With Fire attack. She just burned my Beartick, and Magby is now asleep as a side effect. But Magby just woke up, which is great. And my Beartick didn't take any burn damage either, so that's fantastic. Alright. I actually got a bit confused there for a second. I thought when she flipped the first coin that it was for waking Magby up. It was actually to take burn damage. So I didn't end up taking any burn damage at all, and also, the second coin flip was for Magby waking up, which it did, which is great, because if Magby's asleep, I can't damage it due to its ability, Sweet Sleeping Face. Alright, so, now, let's go ahead and equip Water Energy to my Oshawott. And I will also play a Horsey onto my bench, and I will attack with Ambush. Tails again, but again, that's okay, because it's more than enough damage to knock Magby out. Alright, another prize card, Interviewer's Questions, and my Beartick doesn't take any burn damage, so that's great. And now, we are contending with a Quilava. She's playing a Darumaka onto her bench. and evolving Quilava into Typhlosion. Again, my Beartic avoids the burn damage. I've got a really good Beartic on my hands here. Alright, and before I do anything, I want to check the chat log here, because I think she was trying to talk to me before. No, she wasn't. Alright, so that must have been a glitch. Alright, let's go ahead and close that. And I'm going to equip another water energy to my Oshawott, and evolve it into Dewott. And I will also play Totodile onto my bench. And let's go ahead and attack with Ambush. And Typhlosion stays alive with 10 HP. Again, my Beartic avoids burn damage. And she's using a potion on her Typhlosion to recover 30 HP. And she has conceded the match. Wow, that was pretty amazing. My MVP was Beartic, and hers was Flareon. That's why, if you are in a situation where you have the type advantage, you've got a much easier chance of winning the game. Alright, if you guys have any questions or comments, please post them in my video, and I will see you next time for another episode of Let's Play Pokemon TCG Online. Until then, see you guys later.